Now we get to movies and streaming for the weekend with the Culture Blaster. He has never met a film, a stream, a rock show, a jazz show, an R&B show, a hip-hop show that he hasn't been grooving to. That's why he calls himself the Culture Blaster. He comes and goes on a rainbow. He's the brilliant Michael Snyder, everybody. How about it, Michael? Hello.
Hey, love the dithering and the dwaddling. Well done, Mark. Let's get down to business here. I do want to say it's been uncommon fun back here in San Francisco this past week. I saw the shorthanded Warriors beat Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets on Sunday at Chase Center, thanks to my pal, showbiz lawyer Barry Simons. What a game that was. You know, we're down 4 All-Stars and still won. I caught a positively uplifting birthday tribute to George Harrison at the chapel on Wednesday night with various local luminaries of rock, including the venerable Flamin' Groovy's leader and guitarist Earl Jordan, the powerhouse singer Shannon Shaw of Shannon and the Clams, and this up-and-coming vocalist and songwriter May Powell. And they did all these classic and beloved Harris songs. You don't even realize the beauty and the massive nature of his songbook. And then last night, my friend and writing partner Alan and I hit a terrific dumpling restaurant, and Standard Deviant Brewing, which Mark was hosting a big event for the elder dog rescue group Muttville. I think you would have heartily.
Yeah, well, I know Muttville. I know the work they do. Absolutely, yeah.
And then we saw L.A. Party Band Supreme, like me, up from L.A. Tom Kenny, our pal Tom Kenny, in the high seas, tearing the roof off the Kilowatt as part of the annual Noise Pop Festival. Anyway, one more quick note about music before we get on to the movies and such. I'm really excited by the reopening of the Mabuhay Gardens, a.k.a. the Fab Mab, the legendary punk rock venue on Broadway in North Beach. I saw the rock ensemble The Dogs from Detroit, introduced by Jello Biafra from the original Dead Kennedys.
What?
Garage Rockers, the Losing Streaks from Sacramento last Saturday, and the Old Gal will celebrate 50 years of San Francisco punk rock by hosting a punk stravaganza in 2 parts tomorrow, starting in the afternoon from 2 to 7 with a live performance by the Mutants, a panel discussion with Penelope Houston of the Avengers and a few others, and a concert at 6:30 p.m. upstairs featuring Flipper and Friends, Frightwig, and Fang. Big excitement on the punk rock scene here in San Francisco this weekend.
Oh, girl,
all right, what
baby
can we?
Girl,
Yeah,
don't even play.
You are really on it, Culture Blaster. What can you tell us we can see in movies and streaming that might be worth our weekend dollar?
Well, not a lot, but I do have a cure, a panacea for that. Let's get down to the biggest opening of the weekend.
Panacea is a ding.
Fill my bleeding heart. Scream 7 is here, and alas, the 7th time isn't the charm for the franchise. Horror aficionados love these movies. And I'll be straight up, the previous few Scream movies were pretty damned entertaining. And we have the welcome sight in Scream 7 of the franchise movie vets Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox. They're back.
Yeah.
But this is probably the least entertaining installment of the series about the serial killer or killers in the Halloween mask known as Ghostface for obvious reasons. Anyway, Campbell is back as the series' longtime, seemingly unkillable Ghostface target, Sidney Prescott, after a hiatus from the ghosty goings-on, a few films she took off. And now she's married to a cop played by Joel McHale, and they have a teen target. Oh, no, I'm sorry, a teen daughter. Anyway, Cox is back as longtime TV reporter Gail Weathers, who has endangered herself movie after movie due to her obsession with the Ghostface killings. Gail isn't alone, since the franchise is loaded with young lunatics that are either obsessed with Ghostface or playing Ghostface. And spoiler alert, Scream 7 has its share. It also digs into past killers and victims in the series, including some cameos from noted former cast members. I will not name names so as not to ruin it for fans. Yeah, needless to say, there are there were the red herrings, who's really Ghost this time, the grisly killings. And I'm sure series maven Kevin Williamson, who directed and co-wrote this, he has done before, thinks he has the formula down, and he does. Formula is the key. Despite some good jump scares and dark gags, the ultimate vibe for this viewer was tired. Actually, Scream 7 feels less like a slasher movie, despite the requisite violent, crazy killings, and more like a zombie movie, since the franchise seems like an undead thing that continues to stagger into theaters and eat up the audience's money. Scream 7 is in theaters across
Help me,
the
at the end of the other Scream offerings, do they take the mask off and you see who it is? I mean, do they?
Yeah, it's usually old Farmer Brown, and he would have gotten away with it if not for these crazy kids. No, yeah, of course, they always reveal who it is, and it's always different, or is it? Anyway, yawn.
All right. Scream 7, he says pass on it. Go ahead. What else do you have?
So Dreams is set primarily in San Francisco and Mexico, and it reunites leading lady Jessica Chastain. That's right. She's a Academy Award nominated, approved, and we love her. She is, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, a Bay Area girl. And filmmaker Michelle Franco, who collaborated on a very moving 2023 drama called Memory. In Dreams, hey, isn't that a Roy Orbison song? Different. This is different. A wealthy San Francisco socialite, played by Chastain, has a torrid affair with a talented young ballet dancer, played by Isaac Hernandez, but he's a Mexican illegal who crosses the border to continue their relationship despite the danger, and he wants to try to become a member of the San Francisco Ballet despite his illegal status. I guess they don't check your papers at the door of the company. I don't know. Anyway, Ms. Richie Rich can't get enough of the young stud, so she does all manner of this and that until push comes to shove instead of grind. Limousine liberal meets third world hottie as a sense of impending doom looms. The performances were good. The settings are familiar and often lovely. It's our San Francisco. The immigration issue is timely, although there aren't any, big scenes with ICE agents beating anybody up, although we get enough of them on the news. But some of the sex scenes are a bit overheated and smirk-worthy. There's some dialogue that literally had me laughing as I was watching. And the actions of the lead characters are so self-destructive and self-defeating in this situation that it strained belief on some level. I thought Memory was a better film. This is okay, I guess, and I like to support indie films made by talented people. And again, Chastain and her co-star Hernandez are good, but I wasn't crazy about Dreams.
All right. So far, we haven't hit one you really like. What's next?
Another one I felt really bad about having to dump on. In the blink of an eye. All right. So the lives of a Neanderthal couple, a modern couple played by Rashida Jones and Daveed Diggs, two performers that I really love, and a near immortal spacefaring caretaker of human embryos on the way to a distant star. She's played by Kate McKinnon. They are somehow linked up in director Andrew Stanton's In the Blink of an Eye. This is ambitious, but kind of heavy-handed. And, it's really disappointing. After Stanton's work at Pixar as an animation director, he scored big with Finding Nemo and especially WALL-E, which I think is one of the better offerings from Pixar. And he also did an unfairly maligned live-action adaptation of Edgar Rice Burroughs' sci-fi adventure novel, John Carter of Mars. But In the Blink of an Eye, it tries to be highfalutin, it tries to be noble and profoundly moving, and it just doesn't hold together somehow. The connections and intersections between the three segments, between the Neanderthal couple, the modern couple, and the Kate McKinnon character, really stretched, my patience, among other things. I go into these movies wanting to be entertained. I obviously want to be moved, and I'm so disappointed when talented people do something that has so much potential but doesn't really hit the mark. Okay. It is, by the way, in case people are wondering, only available on Hulu, and I think it's been sitting around for a year, so it's potentially something people thought, yeah, no, we're not going to bring this to theaters. And by the way, lots of great effects work. It looks beautiful. And again, we have some named performers. It just didn't work. Try again, Mr. Stanton, because I know you've got talent.
0 for 3 so far, although there's one sort of lukewarm.
Right.
But
So
dreams, I would say.
My favorite movies this weekend are on Amazon Prime Video, and they are just wildly entertaining or just absolute fun. And one of them is The Bluff, which is set in the 19th century. It's a Caribbean pirate epic. And Priyanka Chopra Jonas plays a retired pirate queen whose husband, who's another captain, is captured by the last of the pirates, including one played by Carl Urban, who has a bone to pick with the Chopra Jonas character because there was a betrayal when the two of them were sailing the seven seas, ripping people off. So he's coming after her. He's coming after her treasure. She's got a son by the captain that's been kidnapped and held for ransom. There is she has a younger sister. The setting is a lovely island. There's swashbuckling. If you want to buckle your swash, The Bluff is the place to do it. There are sword fights. There are explosions. It's just a lot of fun. I mean, shiver me timbers. Wow. Actually, with the lovely Priyanka Chopra Jonas as the retired pirate queen, my timber was shivered. And this thing is on Amazon Prime. It was directed and co-written by Frank E. Flowers. And it's just pure entertainment, and you can watch it at home. Is that enough to appeal to you?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That seems to check all the boxes. I love that.
It's a lot of fun. By the way, her husband is played by Ismael Cruz Cordova, who is a familiar face from a variety of prestige dramas. He's good. Everybody's good, and they don't take it too seriously. They have a lot of fun with it. That's called The Bluff, and it can be seen on Amazon Prime. And let's wrap up with maybe the easiest sell imaginable. The great documentary director Morgan Neville, the guy who did 20 Feet from Stardom, Won't You Be My Neighbor about Fred Rogers, Roadrunner about Anthony Bourdain, and Thank You Very Much about Andy Kaufman, has turned to Paul McCartney, and he has created a deep and languid and revealing portrait of a musical icon who just happens to be a decent human being with flaws, of course, but a big heart. It's all about Paul McCartney's life from the point where the Beatles broke up through the solo career that brought him acclaim, through the forming of Wings, his rock band with his wife at the time, Linda Eastman, and the success they achieved. And there are a lot of interesting talking head situations. They have photos by McCartney, Chrissie Hynde, Sean Lennon, the McCartney daughters, and Mick Jagger, and members of Wings that are still with us all check in, and so does Paul. And we see this remarkable man and his music as it developed in the wake of him leaving and John Lennon, his partner in music, leaving the greatest rock band of all time, arguably the Beatles. Again, you can see this thing on Amazon Prime. It had been in theaters for a week, but I wanted to wait until people could watch it at home.
Cassandra is right. Languid is a ding word. It is true that this probably hits all of us. Excuse me. It probably hits all of us in a way that it may not hit others, but man, if you grew up with Paul McCartney and then you live the transition to Wings, and now he's sort of the elder statesman of rock, but he's still super vibrant. I went to a show and the guy moves around on stage, and it's pretty amazing. He's like 82 or something, isn't he, Mike? I don't know how old he is, but he's got to be 80.
He's pretty old. I think Jagger has a year on him, but I just wanted to say that I came away from this thing just continuing to admire the guy, and he wants to live a life. He doesn't want to be encumbered by fame. He was lucky enough to achieve it. His talent and skill is unquestioned. But, what's lovely about it is that he chose to live his life his way and never really ostentatious. And that's kind of a high mark.
Ostentatious is a ding word. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert, says John Watson. Very, very good reference. Hey, by the way, was there actually an Uncle Albert, Michael, the
yes,
culture blaster?
There was. Uncle Albert is mentioned in the course of this, and I have to point out that particular song, I love the first half of it, the "We're So Sorry, Uncle
Yes.
Albert" part. I think it's one of the most gorgeous melodies he ever wrote. But the other part where it turns into like Yellow Submarine,
I agree. It's
Admiral
weird.
Halsey,
It's like a
hate that.
circus.
I would
Yeah.
like to actually surgically remove that
image is
part of the
hideous.
song if I possibly could.
Yeah, it becomes this sort of like the music that you'd bring on like jugglers to, or something like that. All right, listen, Culture Blaster, I got to wrap up. At Man on the Run, the Paul McCartney life through the forming of Wings, Chrissy Hynde, Mick Jagger, Paul, family members. Sounds like a really great watch, and you can see it where?
Amazon Prime Video.
All right. The Bluff, also on Amazon Prime. He loved it. 19th century Caribbean pirate epic, retired pirate queen, Brianna Chopra Jones. Is it Carl Urban?
Carl Urban is the adversary. And, honestly, it's junk food, but yum, yum.
In the blink, that's again on Amazon Prime. It's called The Bluff. In the blink of an eye is the Neanderthal couple and modern couple and the space traveler. And he liked the ambitious nature of the project, but he felt it just didn't really work. In the blink of an eye, you can find in theaters. Dreams.
No, you cannot. You can find it on Hulu.
How dare you speak to me that way? All right, it's on Hulu.
What?
All right, it's on Hulu. In the blink of an eye, is on Hulu. Dreams, good performances and settings in San Francisco. Overheated sex scenes, he notes. Script had issues, strained belief at times. Jessica Chastain is in it. He qualified, I think, because I speak Culture Blaster, I got like C plus B minus out of you on that. Am I wrong?
That's fair. I don't want to denigrate, the filmmaker, and I don't want to denigrate the two lead performers. And
denigrate's a ding word. Yeah. All right,
anyway.
we get the idea. C plus B minus. Scream 7 is how he started, and Michael says the magic is gone. It just doesn't quite work, but you'll see a lot of cameos, and maybe if you enjoy that, go for it, but otherwise it's pretty much not working.
Went to the well once too often, Kevin Williamson, in my book.
Gotta keep going until you know it's too many times going. All right, Michael, we appreciate you, adore you. Glad I saw you on the floor there at that Warriors game. I thought, wow, this guy is connected. Very, very cool. And I guess I'll see you next week back in the home studio. Is that right?
Yeah, so get those delicious cupcakes ready, Mark, because
yes, I will have some Sweet 106 Bakery cupcakes ready to go. You can read Michael. If you like listening to him, read him. You'll enjoy it even more. TheVoiceSF.org, TheVoiceSF.org, the musings, the magic, the literary brilliance of Michael Snyder, who comes and goes on a rainbow. Bye-bye, Culture Blaster.
So long, Remarkables. We love you.
Yeah, baby, we do.